Hey Pastor, thanks for meeting with me.
I'm glad to meet any time. You said you wanted to talk about my sermon?
Yes.
Something I preached recently?
Actually, I wanted to talk about what you might be preaching in 3 weeks.
Well, we will still be in the early traveling ministry of Jesus from Luke.
Exactly. We won't be on the account of the demoniac and Gerasenes, would we?
That sounds about right.
I was afraid of that. My Uncle Bob is joining me that week. Is there any way you could preach on something else? It hits a little too close to home.
A man who is possessed by a demon wanders around the graveyard naked and has been bound up with chains sounds too much like you, Uncle Bob.
Actually, sort of.
Seriously?
Well, my Uncle Bob drives a souped-up Mustang with a screaming demon aftermarket coil, so there's the demon thing. And he works the graveyard shift at the warehouse on 9th Street. Now granted, if that alone was all, I'd think it was a stretch. But he also loves to play chains while sitting in nothing but his boxer shorts. Sure, that's not naked, but it is still scary.
Wait, what's chains?
It's a computer game. It's mostly played by old ladies.
And you believe the man in Luke 8 sounds too much like your Uncle Bob?
Yes, I just worry that he'll think you are preaching directly at him and he'll get offended. I don't want to chase him away.
So when Uncle Bob comes, I should make sure I avoid preaching on demons, graveyards, chains, or about someone who's naked.
Oh no. That's ridiculous. You can't avoid offense entirely. In fact, Ecclesiastes 7:26 says, "And I discovered more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and gnats, whose hands are chains. One who is pleasing to God will escape her, but the sinner will be captured by her." I thought you could preach from it to let Uncle Bob know that if he doesn't quit playing chains so much, he'll never get a woman.
But that's not really the point of that passage.
Well, what if you said that chains is like the woman? The game is his snare?
Still not the point, and it seems to me that he'd know I was preaching at him.
Well, you can't really control if he gets offended.